In 1791, the richest colony on earth was about to explode, and it would begin not with an army but with a secret ceremony in the dark. This was St. Domingue, France's crown jewel. It produced more sugar and coffee than anywhere in the world, more wealth than all 13 American colonies combined. But that wealth was built on the broken bodies of 500,000 enslaved Africans. Life here was short and merciless. Most who stepped off the slave ships were worked to death within just a few years. The enslaved outnumbered their masters more than 10 to 1. The French held power through terror alone. But terror has a breaking point, and in the hills of the north that point had finally come. Among them was a man the French would soon learn to fear above all others. His name was Dutty Boukman. Born in Jamaica and sold across the sea, he was a coachman, a foreman, and in secret, a houngan, a Vodou priest. Boukman could move freely between the plantations, and everywhere he traveled, he carried a single dangerous idea: freedom. For weeks, in whispered words and coded songs, a plan spread across the northern plains, a great uprising. But to bind thousands of frightened people to so deadly an oath, they would need something stronger than a plan. They would need the spirits themselves. On the stormy night of August 14th, 1791, they gathered in a hidden forest clearing called Bois Caïman. Lightning tore across the sky, rain lashed the trees, and the drums began to beat. Hundreds of enslaved men and women crept through the darkness, drawn to the firelight, risking death just to be there. At the center stood Boukman, and beside him a priestess whose name would never be forgotten, Cecile Fataman. Tall, with long dark hair and burning eyes, Cecile was a mambo, a Vodou priestess of immense power. As the drums rose to a fever, the spirits descended. Cecile began to dance, and a great loa took hold of her. She was mounted by Urzuli Dantor, the fierce warrior mother, the protector of her people. A black pig, sacred to the spirits of Africa, was brought before her as an offering. With a single stroke, the offering was made, and its blood gathered in a wooden bowl. One by one, the rebels drank and swore a sacred and unbreakable oath: freedom or death. Then Boukman rose and gave a speech that would echo across the centuries. He told them the white man's God demanded only their suffering, but their own God, the God within them, demanded their freedom. Cast away the God of the cruel, he cried, and listen instead to the voice of liberty speaking in all of our hearts. By firelight in the heart of the storm, thousands swore to be free or die trying. The Haitian Revolution was born. Within a single week, the entire northern plain was in flames. Over 1,000 plantations were destroyed. The richest colony on earth was burning to the ground. The people who had been worked like animals now marched as an army. The French were stunned. Their gilded world of sugar and chains was collapsing around them. Boukman led from the very front, a living terror to the masters who had once owned him. But within months, he was captured and killed. The French displayed his death to crush the rebels' spirit. It did not work. They called him a martyr, lifted his name like a banner, and fought even harder. Bois Caïman had lit a fire that no army on earth could put out. 13 years later, the enslaved had defeated France itself. And on January 1st, 1804, the colony of St. Domingue was gone forever. In its place stood a free nation, Haiti, the first nation on earth born from a successful revolution of the enslaved. And it all began on one stormy night in a forest with a prayer. If this story moved you, subscribe. Next, we meet the fierce warrior spirit who possessed Cecile Fataman that very night.